You open the app. The price is higher than it was 10 minutes ago. Nothing around you looks different. Same street, same time of night. You've never wondered why. That's fine. Nobody does. But that price wasn't set by a person, and it wasn't set to punish you. It's the output of a live calculation running constantly in your exact location, recalculating itself every few minutes based on one simple ratio. How many people want a ride right now versus how many drivers are actually available to give one. Here's what most people's mental model gets wrong. Surge pricing isn't a fee. It's not the company deciding to charge more because it can. It's closer to a thermostat than a toll booth, a number that moves automatically based on conditions, not a decision anyone sat down and made about you specifically. Start with how the map is actually built. The app doesn't treat a whole city as one zone. It's divided into small hexagonal sections, tiled across the entire map like a honeycomb, and each one runs its own separate calculation. That's why you can be at one price on your corner and a price double that just 2 blocks away. You're not being targeted, you're standing in a different hexagon with a different local ratio of riders to drivers, and the system genuinely doesn't care which side of the street you're on beyond that. Inside each hexagon, the system is watching 2 numbers constantly. How many ride requests are coming in right now and how many drivers are currently available nearby? When requests start outnumbering available drivers by a meaningful margin, the price in that specific hexagon starts climbing, not because your ride got more expensive to provide, because the current supply can't cover the current demand, and price is the fastest lever the system has to fix that. Here's the twist. The price increase was never really about your bill. It's a signal broadcast to every driver's app at once saying this specific hexagon is worth more right now than the one next to it. Drivers see that as a colored zone on their own map and a completely rational reason to head toward it instead of somewhere quieter. Higher price pulls more drivers into that hexagon. More drivers mean supply catches back up to demand. And once it does, the price drops again automatically, sometimes within minutes. You're not just paying more. You're the reason a driver 3 blocks away just decided to drive toward you instead of away from you. There's a second effect happening at the exact same time on the rider side. A higher price doesn't just attract drivers, it quietly filters riders. Some people see the higher fare and decide their trip can wait 10 minutes. Some walk to a slightly cheaper hexagon a block over. Some just cancel the request entirely. Every one of those choices reduces demand in that hexagon a little, which is exactly what the system needs to happen to bring supply and demand back in line. You're not just a customer being charged more. You're also, whether you realize it or not, part of the mechanism that eventually brings the price back down. Modern systems don't just react to what's happening right now either. They're constantly trained on historical patterns, learning that this exact street tends to spike every Friday at 11 p.m., or that this stadium empties out in one massive wave the second an event ends. So the algorithm can start adjusting slightly before the surge even fully hits, not just after, which is the real reframe. That price spike was never a punishment aimed at you. It was a live auction happening in a few hundred square meters, balancing riders who need a car against drivers deciding where it's worth driving to, recalculating itself every few minutes, block by block, all night long. You just see a higher number. That's the version with all the math taken out.